interesting when we sat down with Belal Muhammad that he mentioned he doesn't watch fight-specific film. He's not watching Curtis Millender. He said as he was preparing for this fight, he was watching film of you and Alexander Gustafsson at UFC 192.
Yeah, it's such a weird approach to fight preparation in terms of video. He said, and not weird, it's just different, right? I even asked him, I go, I've never heard of this. He said instead of watching his opponent, he tries to watch a better version of his opponent. So he feels as good as Millender is, Gustafsson's better. How did I approach my fight with Gustafsson as he feels as though him and I have the same style and I'm a little bit better at the style? It's a different way to approach a fight, but I can't say it hasn't worked for him. Now here's the key. In the fight against Jeff Neal, he attempted a ton of takedowns and got none of them. When he does score a takedown in a fight, he's won 5 out of his UFC, 5 out of 6 UFC appearances.
Well, he's a very physically strong guy, but so is Melander. And Melander is a big 170, big and long, with real legitimate knockout power. Belal Muhammad doesn't, he's great at everything. I mean, he doesn't have any real weaknesses in his game. It's just about strengthening up all the aspects of his mixed martial arts game. He's also an incredibly determined man. And a loss like his last loss to Jeff Neal is only going to make him better. I expect we're going to see a better version of Belal Muhammad tonight, and I suspect we're going to need to if he's going to be able to beat Curtis Millender.
He is determined. I mean, that's the word. He's married to the game. Feels like he overthought his last fight, was too focused on the finish, and the UFC has turned him around quickly tonight to face Curtis Millender. And speaking of quick turns, Joe, Curtis Millender fought just 5 or 6 weeks ago in Wichita, Kansas against Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos in a co-main event. He was submitted in round 1, took Sunday off, was in the gi on Monday, and thankfully for Millender, the call from the UFC came a few days later, and he gets right back in there tonight.
Well, he had a fight with an extremely talented jiu-jitsu player, and he got caught. And kudos to him for getting back to the gi and starting training again right away. Look, this young man is extremely talented. I mean, when he entered into the UFC and knocked out Thiago Alves in his first fight, I mean, that tells you what kind of a power striker this man is. And then was able to beat Max Griffin and Bahadurzada. I mean, there's something special about Curtis Millender. Look, he lost to a guy who's way better at jiu-jitsu and one of the best guys at jiu-jitsu in this division. No shame in that. It's a learning experience. Let's see how much he learned and what he can do tonight against Belal Muhammad.
You know, it was interesting to build off what you said, John. They were in the gi on Monday. So I said, do you guys approach the fight as, I now know my weakness. That is something I'm going to focus on during camp? Or do you go about business as usual? He said they did not make the grappling the absolute focus. They know what Curtis is good at. They touched on it a little bit, but did not sway from what they do normally in training camps. They believe the same thing. He got caught. They can get better in time. They just went through training camp.
And when Millender went home, he said his son Curtis Jr. really brought out the emotions. His 8-year-old son said, Dad, don't get choked this time. So we'll see if Millender can follow up on that narrative from his son Curtis Jr. Millender is 31 years old. Belal, remember the name, Muhammad is 30. Millender is the taller man by a few inches. He will enjoy a 4-inch reach advantage. All right, for the official introductions, we turn it over to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 14 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 171 pounds. Fighting out of Chicago, Illinois, Belal, remember the name, Muhammad. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 17 wins, 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 170.5 pounds. Fighting out of Fullerton, California, Curtis Melander. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
Mark Goddard, one of MMA's finest, in there for this one. The beautiful Brittany Palmer getting us started here. Round 1. Curtis Millender and Belal Muhammad, both men making their second start of 2019. Muhammad in the green trunks, Melander is in black. Melander said Muhammad would be smart to wrestle with me.
Oh.
Melander is so long and strong for this division. He is a big 170.
Yes.
And carries a lot of power. He's also a very technical striker. Very sneaky, hides things, very creative.
Melander trains under Ben Jones, CSW Fullerton.
Nice low kick. Another low kick.
No surprise that Melander has come out aggressively here tonight. Muhammad trying to find his range on the feet.
Good left hook there by Muhammad.
Muhammad's a fantastic boxer. And also willing to put his nose in there and just go to fight.
He certainly is that. Muhammad was 9-0 when he got to the UFC, longtime Rufus Sport product. And hoping to continue the momentum established by Anthony Showtime Pettis a few weeks ago.
He told us he just wants to ride that wave. You know, he just wants to ride the wave of momentum that's in their team right now. Ben Askren, Anthony Pettis. Why can't it be Belal Muhammad too, you know?
That Anthony Pettis fight against Wonderboy means
crazy, man.
Again, Melander working that lead leg of Muhammad. And now a cut on the eyelid of Belal Muhammad, not in a great spot.
Muhammad's having some good success with that left hook, and he might have stung Melander.
Oh, nice jab by Melander. Belal has to throw that lead hook because Melander's so long. He has no other way of engaging on his terms. He's trying to throw the hook to close distance.
Nice left hook to the liver. Good jab by Muhammad. Tries to rip the body, but Melander slides away.
Biggest thing Melander learned his last time out against Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos as he eats the Muhammad jab there is that he can't try to escape like a wrestler. He's got to learn to escape like a grappler, and feels like in the last few weeks he's shored up some of those issues.
Belal's doing a fantastic job of feinting, man. He's feinting and then throwing that left hook, and he just tried to go right uppercut.
Lewis Taylor, Daniel Vanderlei in the corner. Muhammad want him to rip Melander off of the cage.
Oh, he's going to circle back to his left, try to use that hook to drop Melander. Melander's just so athletic that he's able to stay upright.
Excellent defense in the hand fighting there by Curtis, and Belal working those knees to the thigh, trying to soften him up and trying to find those openings. And there it is, drops down, going for the single. Well, he's relentless here, but Melander with fantastic takedown defense, amazing balance.
Great balance by Melander. Belal did everything right. Sometimes you can do everything right, and the guy will still just defend the position. Great job by both guys.
Eye poke.
Fine. Listen, can you see me? Can you see me? You can see me okay? Come on. Curtis, do me a favor, please. Just keep that lead hand closed. Yeah? I know it's difficult, but I need you to keep the lead hand closed. You good? You can see okay? Time back in. Time. Let's go.
Action resumes, less than a minute to go here in the round.
Oh, Melander's trying to time that left hook now. Belal's got to be very careful. Oh, that jab is sticking.
Yep. Snap Muhammad's head back.
Oh, right hand, he stung him with that right hand.
Body kick from Melander, lands flush. Muhammad unable to land on the counter. 5 minutes down.
Towel. We got this in the basket. We need the towel. Doc. Hey.
Close your eyes for me, okay? This is
You got your mouthpiece?
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Is that water?
He's coming now. Water. Hey, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Listen, I need you to move your feet more, okay? He's finding his range with his jab, okay? I need you to come over the top with that 3-2 body or 3-2 shot, 3-2 head kick. He's found his range with his jab. I need you to work that in and out again, okay?
Yes, sir.
He's reaching. When he comes in with his jab, come over the top or shoot.
He's only tagging you when you...
And we got this. He's already been hurt. Perfect, so he can't see. All right, let's go. Let's go. More feints.
Curtis Milner saying he knocked Bilal Muhammad's contact lens out. I don't believe you're even allowed to wear lenses technically in there, but...
Are you? Do they check?
How would he know? How would he know it came out?
Well, it's
Soft
hard
lenses?
to see.
He must have seen it.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to be happy about.
So now he can't see.
Yeah, and especially since it came from a poke.
DC, what'd you think of Lewis Taylor's advice to Bilal Muhammad after round one?
I thought he did a good job. He wants him to kind of pursue forward like that, but he's got to move his head. And he wants him to engage him in these positions. He just cannot stay at range. Cannot just stay at range with Melander. Melander's too long, and when he's out at the distance, he's getting jabbed to death and taking right hands back to back.
They're also calling for that 3-2, that left hook, right hand combination, and we've seen Bilal have some good success with that left hook early in the round.
Muhammad fighting for a second underhook, unable to get it. Now level changes.
You know, it's so difficult, this position, being in a single and lifting a guy up. That just tells you how crazy Habib is, where he lifts him and he trips with the inside leg. It's not even like a technique that you would normally do, but he's so strong, he does that takedown over and over again.
You've been known to elevate some people yourself with that single.
Yeah, but it's my head's on the outside. I wish I could do it with the inside single. Muhammad's doing a better job of head movement this time. That's the thing about a debut like Curtis Melander had, you know, like the way he just blazed through Thiago Alves. You know, it's like he's still fighting very well. Then you start to fight guys like Bilal Muhammad all the time. When you knock out Thiago Alves like that, you don't get any fights where you could look as good again.
Right.
You know, it's very difficult to replicate that because you're fighting such tough guys every time.
Good counter right there from Curtis Melander, who of course ran into the ranked Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos his last time out. Round two's been good to Bilal Muhammad. This was the round against Jeff Neal in which he made the right adjustments and had his best moments of the fight.
Oh, that left hook, leaping left hook that right there by Bilal. And it's very difficult to look very good against Bilal because he's so good. And he's so tough and he's so hard to fight.
Melander also felt like Muhammad covers ground well, so even though he's on the wrong end of the reach equation, he's able to close that distance. Nice shot there.
Like as you said. Look at this. Let's see, he's getting it. He gets it.
Nice takedown by Bilal.
This is huge, absolutely huge for Bilal Muhammad.
And he can really start to push a high pace on him.
And he's still got a good solid 2 minutes plus to go. Now let's see how much Melander has tightened up that grappling game, and if Bilal Muhammad can get out of this half guard and perhaps maybe move to some position where he could attempt a submission, because he has very good submission techniques himself. And he should have the advantage on the ground.
Muhammad was 0 for 8 on his takedown attempts against Jeff Neal, 1 for 4 tonight against Melander.
And even if he doesn't go chase a submission, right? You think he'd lose round 1, you go get a takedown with 2 minutes left. Great top control. You take round 2, and then you know that if you get a takedown, you felt Melander now on the ground, and you want to try to exploit that again as the 3rd round starts.
And he's beating Melander up here. He's landing some good elbows, good short shots right there. And Melander not really making much of an attempt to get out of here.
Belal just seems to be doing everything right? He's controlling the underhook with the left side. He's got great head position. He punches, then he goes back and secures position. He's not giving Melander many options to get out, to create space and distance.
He's going to get out. Oh, look at this, though. Hold on a second. Melander. Melander in full guard now. And we haven't seen anything offensive from Melander off his back in terms of his jiu-jitsu. Let's see what he can do. It looked like he was trying to secure that right arm, but Bilal's having none of it. Big elbow by Belal Muhammad. Outstanding. There's another one with the left. Big round for Belal Muhammad. Oh, yeah.
I'm taking him down right away at the beginning of the next round.
Or making him
on his legs.
Huge second round for Belal Muhammad, who can go all day. A big 5 minutes for him there, DC, and a big takedown, of course, set up. Nearly 3 minutes of top control time for Muhammad.
I mean, John, once again, look, beautiful level change. Drives him to the fence, gets his hands locked. Before he couldn't get his hands locked. And once again, it is not something you're going to see at pausing. You're not going to see it at a clinic, but there goes that outside trip again to secure the takedown by Belal Muhammad. It's like 3 fights in a row tonight. We've seen that same exact finish, John, when guys are on double legs or women are on double legs.
You got to get to a hip that's going to open the hole for your underhook. You understand me? Tell me you understand me.
I understand, sir.
Okay, get to your hip, get the underhook. If you're flat on your back, it's hard to pummel. Straight down the pipe. Abandon your hooks for right now. Run your straight down your pipe. Oh.
Take a step back for me, Belal.
So a huge round here in terms of the career trajectory for a couple of welterweight hopefuls. Curtis Melander, who says he's got a long welterweight hit list, and of course Belal Muhammad is about as obsessed with the rankings and contention as any fighter we talked to. Was happy to get this one in before Ramadan, and we'll see if he can continue the momentum established in round 2.
Yeah, Bilal's one of the few fighters that will train and fight during Ramadan, and it's really very unusual because it's so difficult. They can't have any food from sun up to sundown.
Yep, no food or water. Dawn to dusk. And he's had several training camps during Ramadan.
Oh, there he is, smart. Level change. Oh, he didn't
do that. Very nice.
Most guys won't attempt training camp. He said he doesn't prefer it, but he is willing to do it. But now Melender's like he's hip to it, right? He's hip to the double leg. So now Belal needs to take a shot off of the left hook.
Belal is relentless, though. He's really putting the pressure on. There's that right hand. He seems to think the momentum is going his way. He feels it. He's putting a lot of pressure on Melander. There's that left hand. Melender's right hand by Belal. Melander is fading.
He is wearing it. Good entry.
Deep. He's deep on him.
And he down again.
Gets him down again.
I mean, the pace of Belal Muhammad is
outstanding. Outstanding. And he's got a lot of time to work now. 3:40 to go.
So a high amplitude takedown for Belal Muhammad, his second of the fight on 7 attempts. And Curtis Melander in some trouble here midway through round 3.
But even in between rounds, Curtis's corner told him, get to a hip that allows you to go get an underhook so you can get back to your feet. Right now, that hip is his right hip. He has to get to his right hip to try to get to an underhook. He's just trying to power out of that. That's not going to work.
It's not going to work. It's definitely not going to work on Belal Muhammad. His legs are limp. He's not doing anything with his legs to manipulate Bilal's legs. He's not going to a lockdown. He's not going to sweep. He's not hip escaping. and he's probably absolutely exhausted at this point. And Belal, who is known for his fantastic cardio, he feels this, and he's putting a real pace on Curtis. And he's the superior grappler. He's going to maintain his position. Plus, he knows that Dos Santos submitted Curtis Melander in his last fight. So the grappling is the hole in Melender's game, and Belal Muhammad has managed to capitalize on that in round 2 and now in 3. But 3 with much more time to work.
Well, Muhammad comes from a great camp. The fight IQ also on display. He has employed the right strategy here in rounds 2 and now 3.
Well, he's trying to get that right leg free, and, you know, look, Curtis is not offering much defense here. He's barely hanging on, and he's not doing much off of his back other than trying to hang on to that right leg. If Muhammad can get on top and get to a mount or side control, and he might do it right here. There it goes.
Yep, there it
Curtis
is.
could be in real trouble here. He could get stopped here.
And look at the experience of Muhammad. He didn't just try to posture and start raining on punches. He dropped his hips first, secured the position before he postured.
Yes. Well, Curtis did a good job there of hip escaping and getting back to half guard, so at least a little bit more defensive here. But I expect rather that Belal Muhammad is going to escape this again.
Look at how loose the guard of Melander is, though. It's like so loose that if Belal pushes the knee, he can slide him free.
There it is. He's barely hanging on. The only thing that he's doing is kind of adjusting his body and capturing that leg again.
Minute 20.
Yep.
Those big explosive actions of Melander will help you to recover half guard, but it will not get you all the way off of your back.
Yeah, but he made a very easy transition there to side control. Very easy. And Melander didn't even see it coming. He just stepped that leg away to the right.
Oh, he went side control in the mount instead of just straight to mount this time.
And he's on top now. Look at this.
And now he's got dominant full guard.
Full mount here for Belal Muhammad. Oh, big shots by Muhammad. And Curtis is giving up his back.
Well, for those of you just joining us, welcome to Atlanta. Big moment here late in round 3. Belal Muhammad and Curtis Melander. John Anik, Joe Rogan, Daniel Cormier. It was a good start for Melander in round 1. It has been all Belal Muhammad here in round 3 as we continue with our featured bout of these early UFC 236 prelims.
Yeah, from 3 minutes into the second round when Belal Muhammad got that takedown, it's been all Muhammad. Fantastic performance here, and I suspect he's going to walk away with a well-earned decision.
Great adjustments made by Muhammad in his corner after round 1, and he certainly believes he has done enough to secure what would be his 6th UFC win.
And Belal Muhammad, he solved the riddle. There's that beautiful jab of Melander. It was the distance and the striking of Melander that was hard for Belal to close in on. He got popped by jabs. But from the moment that Belal was able to get that takedown and get on top of Curtis Melander, it was all Belal Muhammad. Then he was able to do that even quicker in the third round. The third round, he hit Curtis Melander with some really good shots first, standing up, wore him out, then get on top and landed some very good ground and pound. Big victory for Belal Muhammad. And if he doesn't get a victory, we should sue.
So Curtis Melander came in having won 9 of his last 10.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving, Joe.
Will you quit?
I'm out of here.
Oh, please. Come on, man. I want to do this by myself.
I mean, it seemed as though he won the fight.
Dominant.
If he didn't, I mean,
it's a robbery.
We're out of here, Joe.
Highway robbery if he didn't win that fight.
A win for Muhammad would be 5 in his last 6.
And John, as we said before, when he gets takedowns, he wins fights. So he got takedowns. It seemed as though it led to a win in this fight.
And you see his teammate and friend Lewis Taylor happy with the performance. Daniel Vanderlei also in the corner of Belal. Remember the name Muhammad. 14-3 coming in for the former Titan FC welterweight champion. And an acknowledgement, some respect there from Curtis Melander. Muhammad was the -160 favorite. Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges scored the contest 29-27, 29-27, and 30-26 for the winner by unanimous decision. Bilal, remember the name, Muhammad.
Well, you can argue that is the biggest win of the career for Bilal.